joined here today by Artūras Samulis, who is a bunch of things, even though he's a very young man. He's a guy who's got experience in business development, in marketing. He's a well-known speaker, sought-after expert on longevity. He's an entrepreneur, and he reigns from Lithuania, which produces lots of entrepreneurs lately. Welcome, Artūras.
Welcome. Hello. Thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure. I should mention that I used to live in New Jersey, actually. In 2016, I arrived. And for 3 years, I spent in the United States. So to have this invitation from you, it was a real pleasure for me and such a, magical experience, actually.
Well, we'll see how you feel at the end. But
okay, we'll see. Okay.
Where in New Jersey did you live?
It was a small city, Piscataway, New Jersey.
Sure.
Yeah. We were creating business over there.
What kind of business were you creating?
Actually, we were buying car parts, reproducing car parts. Especially, it was catalytic converters for the precious metals. We were growing very fast, as I remember. So 1 year and a half I spent in New Jersey. And then we decided that somebody of the team has to move a little bit more further. So Pennsylvania, it was too close for us. We wanted to move a little bit more further. So I went to Ohio, kind of by car, reaching distance, 1,000 kilometers in miles, I don't know, 750. So I remember every 3-4 weeks I was coming back to the office. But I am this kind of guy, and that I'm always somewhere around, not in the office. So that fits me very well.
So did you enjoy your time in the U.S.?
Yeah, I had a really, really good time. And it was getting way better and better. And then I came back for a short holiday in Lithuania. I had a bad tooth, root canals. I need to fix root canals. And then I ended up in a chair of a beautiful woman, and now she's my wife for almost 8 years. So that was my holiday. Yeah, so that was the reason I came back to Lithuania.
So you're living proof that there's a good side to everything. Even a painful tooth experience, in your case, resulted in a happy marriage.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm very grateful. We were planning, actually, we were discussing maybe she should move to United States because I was doing really, really good at that time. And for her, it was the thing that she could have finished university again, retake all the exams for 5 years, tons of money to invest. And she was really good in Lithuania for 10, 14 years already. So we decided that I'm coming back because with my voice and blah, 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 I can do anywhere, everything. And I remember when my clients were from New York City, they were telling me, this saying for sure, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. So I brought that to Lithuania as well.
Tell us about the business you were working on here in the United States with the precious metals from catalytic converters. How did that business fare?
Actually, it's still there, and they are I'm not following right now, but at the time I left the company, they already were in Atlanta, Georgia, and the plan was to go somewhere close to California. It's a huge international company, really, really huge. They are going by different names in all the countries by some reasons. And at that time, I joined the company. We were the first to run the business in US. Before that, they had businesses in 50 countries around the world already, 50. Yeah, so they had a really good experience. And we were at that time really, still am, young people, young men. And so we did really good.
I read that you just turned 39 years old.
Yeah, that's true.
So what do you know about longevity?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
Tell us, you've done a bunch of things, Artūras. You've done business development. You've worked in industries like dentistry, not only as a patient, but a professional. You've been in med tech and media. And now you created a company called Number Longevity, where you're the founder and CEO of that company. Let's work our way backwards. How did you come to start Number Longevity?
Mm-hmm. So at the moment, for the last year and a half, I'm working on the idea how to create longevity, like how to bring longevity science from the medical perspective, from the scientist perspective, to bring into the practice. I've traveled the world for the last 3 years. I visited so many conferences, met so many brave scientists, medical doctors, and we were discussing that we really needed to somehow to bring to our countries all these therapies, all the know-how how to do that. So Number Longevity is going to be about longevity clinic with some therapies
in Lithuania.
Yeah, in Lithuania. So my starting point is Lithuania. I believe that I should land some first point in Lithuania and then move forward. I already have connections. They are inviting me to Switzerland to do some business together. But my answer was simple. Let me finish with the thing I'm doing here, because I already have the plan. I already have a vision how to make it happen. And it's very interesting, actually, how I ended up in longevity. I'm 39 in my passport, but I'm younger biologically. So that's a new trend, new thing.
And how does one determine their biological age?
Biological age is your real age. I would say that our passports, they all lie to us, because sometimes we can be really younger biologically by our cell age. It's our cell's age, not what's the number written in the passport. And why Number Longevity? Why number? Because I see that in all my life, everything is about numbers. Everything is about numbers. Everything is coded in numbers. We are measuring everything, our age, distance, our marks, everything in numbers. So I do believe that in the near future, when we will meet each other, our friends, we will ask, what's the length of your telomeres, or what's your biological age? It's not about, how old are you?
And is there currently a test that'll tell you what your biological age is?
Oh yeah, for sure. And actually, you are very, very lucky, because I'm in a really, really good relations with the lab from United States. So for the last 7 months, I'm working with the lab from United States. It's called True Diagnostics, and it's really good rated, well rated, and trustful lab. So I'm bringing these tests to Lithuania very soon, like the next week, probably. And I've done these tests several times. I retested myself 3 years in a row, started from 2023.
So what's as you plot the results of the last 2 years of doing that, maybe 3 now, how's your biological age advancing?
So it's very interesting. 2023 February, I was 5 months older biologically, 5 months. I retested myself after 1 year. I was 14.7 months older, 14.7. At that time, I already knew longevity protocols. I know that cold exposure is very good for us. Some red light therapy is very good for us. Meditation, trying to escape oxidative stress. But I went to even bigger number than I was a year before. So, and I retested myself this year, this February, and my biological age now is 6.9 months younger. this means that in 1 year, I managed 21.6 something month.
And what changed? What in your personal routine changed to achieve that dramatic reduction in your biological age in just 1 year?
So I strongly believe that dealing with the stress, which I had before in that 2024, dealing with the stress from 2024 February till this year February, I managed the stress with the cold exposure. I started with a cold shower, standing up there for 3 minutes, and then cold plunges, ice plunges, all the temperature close to zero in Celsius. Yeah. So, and I do believe that this water thing, I was going to swim to the swimming pool. I understood, I got a feeling that the water is my therapist. I'm going to swim, I'm releasing the stress, I'm going into the water, I'm becoming with the nature as one, and really, I felt that the nature is that thing that I should look after it more and go for walks into the nature. So this thing, and I tried meditation. So I'm using a special device, actually. I'm not sure if you have this in the United States, but these guys, they are from Finland. They created very interesting thing. I have it actually close to me, and there is a device where you when you put it on your head, and using lights over here, lights and music from the headphones, it's working with your neuroplasticity. Yeah, so this thing helped me a lot. It's very interesting. When you are going for sleep, when you lay down in your bed, so I'm listening something relaxing. But if during the day I have a meeting and I really need to focus on something, I'm using this app with the same thing. So I choose the program for focusing, for focusing. So it goes for 11 minutes, and after 11 minutes, I'm really because these lights are so bright. Really, your eyes are closed, but you see the lights and your brain it playing games. It really. If I will use it, the same program, and I will give it to you. You will tell me, for example, you saw so many blue lights. I will tell you that I saw red lights. The same program. So our brain reflects on those lights, and the more you use it, the more neuroplasticity you create. And if actually there are some programs for 40 days, let's say, so you can train your creativity, for example.
So you're using a headset through your closed eyelids, flashes different kinds of lights at you. What are you listening to at the time? Is there any audio component of it?
It's a special music in the app. It's a special music created.
So it's a combination of music and light.
And lights,
and you use that to reorientate your thinking so that you can manage stress differently. And then to go further, you're using it to stimulate different parts of your brain to become more active, like you just mentioned, the creativity centers.
Yes. Or to become more calm, to relax, to release the stress.
So I've heard two things now that you changed in your life that you think contributed to your reduction in your biological age of 20-something months after just a year. And that's embracing cold therapies, swimming, cold therapies, cold plunges, ice plunges, and the use of this device, which is a headset which creates with an app that creates different kind of audio stimulant and visual stimulant through your closed eyelids of different lights. And those two things, is there anything else that you've changed that caused this biological improvement?
I strongly believe that my sleep hygiene added a lot.
And how did you change your sleep regimen?
I started doing the opposite thing. Usually, we set alarm in the morning to wake us up. So I was sitting one day last year, and I was thinking, okay, if I will set alarm for 9 p.m. to bring me to the bed. So it worked a lot. It worked. It went very good, actually.
So you upended the alarm routine to not wake you, but remind you to go to bed.
Yes, correct.
And how many hours of sleep do you try and achieve, and what do you get to on average?
So my goal is to reach at least 8 hours, but I used to track my sleep for the last 5 years, I think, with different devices. And the average, when we are counting the year, is 7.3 hours in average. So I have something to reach. It's very interesting about the sleep. I do believe that you know these things for sure, but the science says that if the human sleeps sleep less than 6 hours for some longer period, let's say couple of months, less than 6 hours, our body activates cancer cells. So that's very, not promising any good.
So you're saying the science directly correlates the amount of sleep you have or don't have,
yes,
and its contribution to the body's ability to create cancers.
Yes, cancer cells. Yes, and very interesting thing that either you sleep too less, let's say less than 6 hours for a long time, or you sleep, let's say, for 10 hours. So these things are kind of the same. You cannot sleep like too long as well. It's not good for your body as well. You don't have energy. Doesn't matter that you slept for 10 hours or so. So this year, I made myself a goal to become a professional sleeper. Please don't ask me how it is going, because I'm challenging, myself a lot, but I'm trying to become a professional sleeper.
I aspire to do the same.
Yeah, because when the professional athlete is going to play, let's say, NBA game, he's not coming for the game the same second, right? So why we are going to sleep the same second? We lay down in a bed and we are expecting that we will fall asleep in 3 minutes. No, we have to prepare. We have to have our winding down routine. And here I have the glasses. You see, I prepared. So these glasses are blocking the blue lights.
And where's the blue light emanating from? Your screens?
Yeah, screens, the lights, the lightning in your room, everywhere.
And blue light is a stimulant?
Yes, correct. Yeah, blue light is a stimulant.
So when do you start wearing those glasses that block the blue light?
So at the moment I will turn on the artificial light, the same moment I will put the glasses. I did some experiment because I checked that there are no scientific proof that these glasses are working. There are no scientific, approval for that. But I started using them and changed only this thing. I started using glasses, but changed nothing in my evening routine. Still working long hours. And in 3 days, my recovery went up by 21%.
What are you measuring? How do you measure recovery?
It's like deep sleep, all the recovery by the. I was at that time I was using the band, the Whoop band.
Yep.
And shows recovery. It shows how your body recovers after the night sleep. HRV, like it all the numbers went really, really high, and I was very surprised that after using these glasses. And I'm trying to kind of not only rely on the gadgets I'm using. At the moment, I'm not using anything. So the last 2 months, I took everything off.
You didn't wear a ring?
No, not anymore. So the wedding ring, yes, but the Oura ring, I had a Whoop band, I had the watch, smartwatch. So at the moment, for the last 2 months, I'm not using anything. Funny thing is about the sleep. When you wake up in the morning and you check your app, how did you sleep? It's already in the past, right? You cannot change anything. So the data is good to know. It's good to know the data. Then you can have a starting point from there. But at the moment, I'm trying to hear myself better.
Okay, tell me, how did your interest in the science of longevity, what sparked that?
Very good question. I was in Mexico at that time, in some retreat. And there was a guy who told me that, that there are some studies, there are some tests that you can do, and you can test and know your biological age, some different biological age of your different organs, systems. Even you can know the exact date when you can die, when you're going to die. And I got very interested.
Did you want to know that date?
Yes, of course. So I reached out with a scientist.
Now, hold on, let's back up. How did you happen to go to a retreat in Mexico?
So for the last, I think for the last more than 5 years, I started reading books I've never read before, some transformational books. And you have really inspiring people in the United States. I want to mention them, like Joe Dispenza or Dr. John DeMartini. So I read a book of Dr. John DeMartini. It's called Breakthrough Experience. I think so. That's the name of the book. And that was the book I was reading and couldn't understand how these words are written differently in different manner that somehow it got me. So I found a guy who is making courses, who is certified to do this method as John DeMartini does. I found that he's Lithuanian. He's not living in Lithuania for the last, I think, 10 years maybe, traveling around the world like John DeMartini. And I found this guy. So this guy was doing a retreat in Mexico. So that's how I ended up in Mexico with very inspiring people around.
So was that a long weekend, a week-long retreat?
I think it was about 2 weeks maybe.
2 weeks, wow.
Yeah, in Mexico, in Yucatan, and then we went to Holbox, I think that's the right pronunciation, for a couple of days.
Sounds like that 2 weeks was life-changing for you. You were looking to make a change. You'd already been doing the research, reading, and was it?
Yeah, it was. It was life-changing, actually. Then I went to Costa Rica with the same people. Actually, some people were new. But the next year, after Mexico, I went to Costa Rica. Costa Rica was next move, actually, to my this transformation. And I'm very grateful for the people I met, the opportunities I got, and all the recommendations.
So tell me about the Dublin Summit, the Longevity Summit in Dublin. Tell us about it. You've been going to it for a couple of years now.
Yeah, a couple of years. And in Longevity Summit, there were around 40 speakers, really, really well-known speakers, in 4 days. We had Brian Johnson online 3 years ago, it was, I think. And I should mention this. I want to mention this. 3 years ago, I saw Brian Johnson online for the first time, speaking live. And I'm a watcher, a person who watches other people, right? So in the room, there were around 400 people. And when Brian Johnson was speaking, I saw so many people who were against his ideas. And for me, it was so inspiring. I was listening to this guy, like how sharp his mind is working, how brilliant the mind is. And this year, January 1st, Brian Johnson released Netflix documentary, Don't Die. And I saw the exact same people who were against him, against his ideas, what he's doing, supplements, marketing and everything. They were speaking on the same movie, and they were so proud of what Brian Johnson does. So my mind is, to keep consistent, right, on what you're doing in your strong beliefs. And it just a matter of time when these followers are going with you, not against you. So in those 4 days, when I was volunteering, I ended up in a very good situation. I got a microphone. So my task was to pass the mic for the questions. So this meant I was all the time with the speakers. And I got, some contact, and I remember listening to them, and I could understand only about 10% what they have said in 4 days, only 10%. And now when I'm listening the conferences, I could not understand only 10% out of 100. So that's a really good thing for me. And I think so. And you already mentioned about my dentistry experience in dentistry field in dental tech.
Yeah. What did you do in dentistry?
So I'm helping the company with the sales and marketing. The company is selling dental implants, and it's top 3 in the worldwide. The first ones who created a dental implant, Nobel Biocare. And so it's when I was sitting on a chair in Dublin's Longevity Summit and listening and couldn't understand barely nothing what the scientists were speaking on the stage, I was like facing myself and telling myself, listen, Artūras, 3 years ago, you couldn't understand nothing about dental surgeries, nothing. But now you can guide the dental surgeon how to place the implant. So if it's your path, you will understand, you will know later on. So I see that this is my, I'm on this way. So I understand quite clearly what they are speaking now. And the funniest part was those 10% which I understood from that conference, I got not from the speaking them on the stage. I went to the bar and I was asking them, can you please explain me in human language what you was telling on the stage, because I couldn't understand what you was telling. So the bar and human language helped me to understand those 10% of the information.
It's always about the bar.
It's always about the bar. And I have to mention that I quit drinking alcohol when I used to live in the United States, actually.
What brought that on?
At that time, I was alone. I had no family over there. But it's interesting. I got myself that it's not interesting anymore to have this feeling when you are, after having some alcohol. So I decided just to quit. And in this day, I believe that hopefully I will never come back.
So you quit just because you weren't happy with how it made you feel?
Yes, correct.
But you also quit coffee.
Yes.
Tell us about that. Why did you quit coffee? I think there are millions and millions of people who have an addiction to coffee and completely surrendered to it. They don't think it's a problem, and you did.
I remember, I think 3 years ago, I gave my interview for national television in Lithuania. They called me and they asked me, can you speak about some kind of, I don't know, alcohol, cigarettes. I asked, can I tell about coffee, about quitting coffee? So all the team from that TV show, they couldn't understand that they were looking at me. What is bad with drinking coffee?
I think that's going to be the reaction you're going to get most everywhere.
Yeah. And now I see more and more people are talking about that. That the coffee by itself is not a bad thing. The bad thing is about the quantity. I used to drink 5 to 7 cups during the day. It depended on how many meetings I was having.
Sure.
Yeah. So how many meetings? That much coffee. And the same thing with what happened to the alcohol. I felt that I cannot control myself, that alcohol is controlling myself, and coffee at the same time. When I was having too much of coffee, I felt that my tongue is dancing its game. Somehow I couldn't control myself. My language is not that clear enough. And quitting coffee was maybe 5 times more difficult than alcohol.
You don't drink coffee,
Yeah.
You get good night's sleep. So it sounds to me like the ingredients that went into this biological change in you were sleep routines,
yes,
cutting down on the blue light, the alarm to remind you to go to bed, trying to get 8 hours sleep, averaging 7.3 hours, adopting cold plunges, giving up drinking alcohol, giving up drinking coffee. So the question is it worth it?
It is. It is worth it. Yes.
It sounds like a pretty remarkable turnaround in your biological age, reducing it by 20-something months in 1 year period. Do you expect that will continue with the life regimen you've adopted for yourself? When I say continue, the continued reduction of your biological age.
So the challenge I'm facing, I'm kind of joking that to quit is easy for me. I can quit drinking, smoking, drinking coffee, alcohol.
Did you ever smoke?
Yes. I'm saying that I was normal once. I was like everybody, tried everything. But to quit is easy. But to balance is a challenge for me. So I have a challenge with the food. I'm very foodie. I love eating in nice restaurants, nice food, good food. And to balance it, that's the challenge for me. So my goal for the following year is to find a way, because I do not believe in any kind of diet that you should eat only salad or raw meat. I believe in balance. So my goal is to find a way how I can manage this thing. And when I will manage it, I believe that I will reduce several more a month from my biological age as well.
If you were in front of an audience, you are now, what's the one myth about health that you think people are most misinformed about?
This was my message 2 weeks ago in the biggest conference in Baltic states. We had 8,000 people live and then thousands of people online. They have, I think, 5 or 6 stages, 250 speakers, and one of the stage was dedicated for longevity. So I was invited to speak for the second year in a row. That's a huge honor, because 90 or so percent are scientists or doctors, and I am not. So for me, it's something to prepare and to speak. So talking about myth, I was delivering a message that our destiny is not written in our genes. That was my message. People, and myself as well, I used to say that if my parents are obese or they have depression, so am I. So it's written in my genes, and I cannot change anything. So unfortunately, it's very sad that people are keeping to continue this, talk. And I know the way how to help those people. Probably, I hope so. If they will do genome testing, genome sequencing, most probably, they will find that they don't have this genome modification in their genes. So this means they will never have depression. They are not tend to have depression in this hard way. So that's a message I'm really feeling in my cells that it's not written, because I lived myself. My life was my mother used to say that please don't be so don't be so angry on people when I was a kid, because you can get some you can get sick as your grandfather. Yeah.
What role did karate play in your life? I know you've achieved a remarkable level there of ranking there as a 4th degree black belt. How long have you been into karate? What does it play a role in your current health journey?
Almost 30 years, since I was 10. I started 2023. I had my last exam, 4th black belt in Japan, in my dream country. And there is a story that I understood that karate helped me a lot. In 2019, I was taking an exam of 3rd black belt, 2019, in summer in Lithuania. And after passing the technical exam, where we had to do some punches, some walking techniques, after 2 hours, very, very intense exam, I passed it. And after it, I had 40 fights, 40, with different men for 1 minute. They were changing, I'm standing alone, and I had to fight, full contact. And the fight number 25, my opponent was the world champion, 9 years younger, and he was preparing for the world championship at that time. Very strong and very fast. 25th fight, 15 to go. I had a kick to my ribs, and I fell down. I couldn't breathe in, couldn't breathe out. The silence in my head, and the only one thing I could think, only one mind it was in my head. If I will not get up now, I will fail. I will fail the exam. I will not pass it, and I will have to wait another year for this opportunity. So I stood up. I fought again. I continued fighting, but not for the winning. I felt that all these black belts, what they gave to me, they didn't teach me how to escape challenges from my life. They never taught me this thing, but I learned how to get up. I learned how to get up and to continue. So this is my understanding and my philosophy in all these things. Probably, in all the movies, and they are saying that if you can escape it, right? Don't face the opponent anywhere in the street. So I'm living this life, and I was never worried to walk across in Manhattan, New York City. I was walking like for 4 or 5 hours in the darkest corners. I was always going straight, alone, no worries. I never thought that something bad can happen to me.
Well, maybe you should have.
maybe. But that's the feeling when I feel the same everywhere in business, talking with the customers, with the clients. The feeling I have that I cannot fail. I mean, I can fail, but I know how to get up and walk again.
Tell us, a year from now, do you think your clinic will be open?
Yes, I hope so.
And give us an idea. Someone comes to your clinic, what options will they have for products, for services?
So we will start from testing. I do believe that we should start from testing.
So people can come in and test their biological age. They can test their biome.
Yes, yeah. They will do all the necessary testing. Mm-hmm. Then we will offer some therapies. What I was doing the past 3 years, I was traveling and I saw that all the people are talking about the same thing. Business people who were or are planning to open the clinic. Red light therapy, cryotherapy, cold exposure, maybe sauna.
How are you going to raise the money for this clinic?
So that's a good question. We have some programs in Lithuania. So my plan is to bring the business plan. We have a private bank, let's say like this, and we have funds from European Union. When your idea is really life-changing, right? Because we are going to approach people to make them live longer, happier, and so on. So I already have spoken with people who have a fund who takes care of the children who has cancer. And this man, he used to be professional basketball player, Rimantas Kokienas, really famous in Europe. And now he's retired already. So he's really active in this fund. So I reached out with him and I proposed my idea. I'm going to have some therapy. It's kind of bed. And this bed, when you are laying down on it, and when it's turned on electricity simply, it's working like cold atmospheric plasma. And some of our cells are charged, some are discharged. So this bed balances it. And this therapy has very similar outcome as a hyperbaric chamber, like when you are breathing. Yeah. So, but this bed has way more benefits than only hyperbaric chamber. So I'm planning to bring this on, and as a sports guy, I cannot escape from some physical movement. So I'm looking for some machines that can create a small gym machine with one trainer, one machine, or two machines. I have seen some, actually in United States, I have good contacts. You have these RAX, it's called RAX machines. In the United States, there are so many of different fitness places. They are using them. So I've spoken with these people, with the vice president of sales from this company. We will see. Maybe I can get some kind of things to Lithuania.
Well, we'll look forward to checking in next year to see how your grand opening went and how business is in the clinic. In the meantime, we have the opportunity to speak to you today, a worldly, well-traveled, 39-year-old professional in Lithuania. I can't go without asking, what's the climate like? You have a war going on right nearby in Ukraine. How are people feeling? Are they on edge about that? Is there general concern? Is it talked about all the time?
So you just unlocked the fourth or fifth thing why I am aging slowly. Since 2016, when I used to live in the United States, I quit watching news. I don't watch news. At that time, there was first election of President Donald Trump, 2016, when I arrived in the United States. So at that time, I quit watching news. And since then, I don't watch it. So I know that outside of my place, there are so many people that are worried about this war thing. They are talking about it. But when I get the chance to speak with people, I always tell that our brain doesn't have a possibility to understand. If this war, which I'm listening through the television, is happening right now in front of me, or this war is somewhere thousands of kilometers from me. So our brain couldn't, separate those things. So this means that if I'm watching the news, I'm living all my body in this war. Do I need it? Probably not. Like to live all the things. But if you will ask, don't I feel some kind of outsider of everything? No, because I will go outside the street, I will meet you, and you will tell me what you saw on TV. But it will be already processed by you. I will not have to do that by myself. So I'm kind of saving my, health.
So you're sleeping, you're meditating, you're not paying attention to anything, you don't drink anything good, you don't eat anything bad.
Yes. Yeah.
So you're going to be live a long time, but a very boring life.
No, I can dance till 3 a.m. for sure in a party. And you are right. I'm getting bored, actually. After the midnight, I'm bored because till midnight, everybody's high and then they are going down, but they don't feel that. They are going down. I'm going down to sleep.
Artūras Samulis, it's been nice to chat with you today, to hear about your personal journey, the adventures of a young person wandering around the planet, finding people that he thinks are interesting, going and studying with them, taking their retreats in Mexico, and starting a life journey, and how now you want to turn that into a business beyond the speaking you do, and by opening your clinic. So we'll be sure to follow your journey. I hope when you visit the U.S. again, we get to connect in person. But thank you for sharing your story with us today. We look forward to keeping track of your health adventures.
Thank you for having me. It was really, really a pleasure. Yeah,
thank you, Artūras.
Thank you. Thank you, Jim.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.